everyone, and welcome to another executive interview where we explore groundbreaking businesses that are shaping today's industries. And we are thrilled to have with us today James Bartle, the founding CEO of Outland Denim, a fashion company that is revolutionizing the industry through social and environmental impact. James, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Brilliant. Now, to kick things off, could you provide our viewers with an overview of Outland Denim? So, what sets your company apart in the fashion landscape, and how do you integrate social and environmental impact into your core operations?
Yeah, well, that's actually a big question, Rhythm. It's look, we established our business to be able to address two of the greatest issues that we face globally today, which is social injustice and also environmental degradation. And we have this belief that we can create products that address both of these particular issues. And our goal has always been to make a product and that harnesses the power of the fashion industry or the power of consumerism to be able to address it. And so that's what we've been working on to build. And we've built an ecosystem that underpins every part of that step. And for us, we're very in a very privileged position because we've been recognized globally as a brand. And now a group where we've got two brands under our banner that is there and equipped, ready to be able to address these issues. It looks different, I guess, for every brand, and we hear a lot of conversation out there in the marketplace. The difference with us is that we own our manufacturing, so we're a vertical fashion house where we can make our product, have complete control over our products, all the way through to the market where we're selling and distributing globally. The benefits that provides our customers is that they can have confidence that they're buying products from us that align with their own personal values. And so our business has been built to be able to make it easy for our customers to be able to shop and know that they're buying products that are, one, activating a cycle of freedom for humanity and all the people involved in our supply chain, and two, they're starting to combat this issue of global warming or climate change, and they're able to do this through shopping. And so we think that this is the future. But our business also makes for other brands. So we're making for some really big Australian labels as well. And because of this, it diversifies us across a range of markets. We specialize in denim, and we're using state-of-the-art technology in the process of the making of our products. But we've also been investing into the end of life of our products. And so this ecosystem is what gives our customers confidence that they are actually making the change they want to make by shopping with us.
Amazing. That's truly commendable, James. Now, can you tell us how Outland Denim's commitment to social and environmental impact actually translate into tangible revenue streams?
Yeah, look, I mean, today is a very unique time in history where we're facing these issues that we've just spoken about, and we're facing them at a greater scale than ever before. And it means that we've got governments that are starting to look into making sure that there's legislation that's passed to make sure that fashion businesses and lots of industry are performing the right way, that they are playing their part in reducing the impact of creating their products. The benefit that we have is that we set our business up to address these issues, in its fullness. And so we now find ourselves in a unique position where we're ahead of other brands in the marketplace, and it's because we have proven that both those social impacts and environmental impacts are true and genuine, and we've been doing it since the very beginning. The difference, I guess, to point out there is that we didn't tag that on to our business as these pressures came from government or even from customers. We set it up from the very beginning to address these issues. And so that's really what our USP is, alongside one other really vital piece, which is the people that we exist to support are women, primarily women that have been exploited, that have been sold, that have been trapped in slavery. And so we're not just doing the right thing by paying living wages and making sure that we're following the law. We're going above and beyond. And that above and beyond is what really speaks to our customers. Lots of our customers jump on board and convert from a brand they may have been wearing for years across to our brand, Outland Denim, and also now Nobody Denim, as a result of hearing about how this particular product got somebody out of slavery and gave them a new future through education and training and living wages, and equipping them for the future to create true independence. And that's really that's our USP. That's why we're unique, and that's why we have such a huge opportunity in the marketplace, and especially in the international market now, going into 2024.
Amazing. That's indeed a very impressive business model, James. Now, what sustainable advantages does Outland Denim possess over other competitors in the ethical fashion market? You've touched upon it, but anything else that you would like to add over here?
Yeah, look, from a sustainability or environmental sustainability standpoint, we've been focused on trying to make the entire process of making a garment and then selling a garment, it being worn by the wearer and the person that's purchased it over the years, and then what happens at the end of the life cycle of that garment. So we've been focused on that for a long time now. We've been working on proprietary technology that is really focused on end of life, to where we're able to, now we've proven, we're able to lock carbon in the fibers. We're able to really use this waste product as something that can actually address the issues we're facing on an environmental scale. And it's about how do we turn consumerism into a positive? And so that's what it's about. So again, we're using reduction in water through different technology. We've aligned with a company called Genealogia out of Spain. Laser technology, which doesn't even use water in processes that used to use a lot of water and a lot of energy. E-flow technology. These are three of the key things in the laundry process, which is where a lot of the damage happens making denim, that reduce energy, chemical, and water. So they're game changers from a laundry perspective. But then it's the end of life, which really sets us apart, is that this is the full life cycle. We're using the benefits that when cotton is growing and it's sequestering carbon out of the atmosphere, we're using that process at end of life to be able to turn it into a really positive environmental outcome.
I understand. Now, speaking of challenges, James, in such a rapidly evolving regulatory landscape, how does Outland Denim mitigate risks that are associated with changing regulations and consumer preferences in the sustainable fashion industry?
So we welcome these changes. As a government brings new legislation to the table that restricts certain behavior within our industry, we see that as a real benefit to us. And the reason we see that is because we built our business on setting very high standards from the very beginning, which means that we see it as cutting out the competition. It's going to become very difficult for our competitors to be able to talk about their sustainability credentials when they don't have the evidence to prove that they're having those kinds of outcomes. Our business, again, has been built on this, and so therefore that this will only just give us a competitive advantage going into the future. So the tougher those restrictions become, the better for our business.
Amazing. That's very fascinating. Now, could you share insights into your strategic plan to enter new international markets, and how does this align with the growing demand of ethical and sustainable fashion?
So one of the common myths that I think is spoken about in the media today is that the only way to combat these issues is to buy less. Well, in fact, I think it's the opposite. And I'm not talking about mindless consumerism. I'm talking about conscious consumerism. I think if we think about harnessing an ecosystem like what we've built, and every single time a product is made and sold, it actually fixes two of these great issues that we face, then that's ultimately got to be the outcome. For us, taking that to an international market is key. And it's key because one unit sold equals impact. And so the more units that we can produce and sell, the greater the impact we will have on both those social and environmental levels. Our strategy for going back into the international market is to align with top tier retailers. So we're being very strategic about the retailers that we want to land. We launched back into the US with Outland Denim just recently. We launched with Motor Operandi. Our first season, we had 3 reorders. We sold through on all our product, and it was just an incredible outcome. And what it demonstrated to us is that there's a real demand for products that have the kind of impact our products have. But we also need to keep in mind that it's not just the impact the product has, it's the product itself. Is it a product that's desirable? Is it going to last? Is it on trend? And they're all the things that we've really focused on, is making sure that we're giving customers what they want for the product alone. But the cherry on top is it has these great outcomes on, again, social, environmental levels as well.
Amazing. Very well said, James. It's very inspiring to hear about your plans. Now, lastly, what milestones or future developments does Outland Denim aim to achieve in the short to medium term?
Yeah, look, that's very clear to us. The initial milestones that we need to achieve from an Outland Denim perspective, the brand itself, it is going into that international market, continuing to expand on it. We've got our eyes on a couple of key retailers. We've landed now 3 of our target list, and we've got some more there. Before we go down into the next tier of retailers, which gives greater scale, we're focused primarily on the US, but there is crossover through some of the retailers into Europe as well. From Nobody Denim's perspective, Nobody was one of David Jones's bestsellers here in Australia brands, and we're on the trajectory to come back and place that brand as its #1 denim brand. That's really our goal. We're doubling down on the domestic market here in Australia before we take it back into the international market as well. And then from a manufacturing standpoint, it's about making sure that we're scaling in a really efficient way. Now that we've got both brands in-house, it means that we're clipping the ticket on the manufacturing. We're also benefiting from the distribution and the sales channels. And so we maximize the benefit of those products. So our goal is to continue to make that more and more efficient and streamlined, along with expanding on the product offerings that we can give to our external customers, so the other Australian brands that we're currently making for. So that's our strategy. That takes in over the next 24 months is what we will be focused on. And then alongside that is continuing to evolve our textile waste solution, which really rounds this ecosystem out as being something that really has those positive outcomes.
Amazing. That all sounds very exciting indeed, James. Thank you for sharing wonderful insights into Outland Denim's journey and vision with us today. For those interested in learning more, please check out the contact information provided on your screen or in the description of this video. Once again, thank you, James, for coming on for this interview, and we wish you all the luck with your venture moving forward.
Thank you very much, Rhythm. Cheers.
Thank you.